Hey YouTube, Mike the Gambling Guy here. Back at you. Okay, I haven't done a live stream in a long time, so let's do one of those. Right? So I'm just gonna play my way using the Regal Castle Baccarat app. Right? So just to make sure I got things set up here correctly. Looks like I should be good to go. All right, so I'm going to be playing C2 bet 4. You can see my balance is 1320. I'm just going to grow that a little bit until I hit my goal for the day. So one of the key things that I've been doing is that the money that I keep in the casino is not my bankroll. You're like, wait, what? Why isn't it your bankroll? It's my buy-in. I just want you to know the difference, right? So my bankroll is what I kept offline, or I guess part of it is online, because I keep 1/10 of it online. All right, so now my bankroll is a little bit over 9,000. So when I buy in, typically buy in for $900, I'll play for a few days and then I'll do a cash out. Take it back down to the 900 until I get up to or exceed 10,000, and then it becomes then I could buy in for 1,000, right? Because I want 10 buy-ins. It's not exactly the way I'm going to do it, but that's all right. We'll get there. So let me actually, from where I'm playing, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit out of this table just because I'm going to come in and we're going to come into. So I am playing on Evolution, and we're going to be playing Baccarat. So here's all the games in Evolution. If you want to know where I play, shoot me an email, MikeTheGamblingGuy@gmail.com. Happy to tell you where I play. It's not a big deal. Like orange sticky fingers, it's gonna charges you for everything. So I like to find a table that has a low profile, meaning that hasn't gone over 3 times yet once. So with that, I'm going to choose this one, and then we're going to get in here. I'm going to turn the red light on the app. So the Regal Castle app, playing C2 bet 4. My base bet is $3. I guess for right now we'll leave that. So I turned on the red light, so now I can go ahead and I can do my inputs. So I've got a banker, player, player, banker, player, banker, player, banker, player. And then that would have said, saying, okay, we want to go with a banker right here. We'll see if that ended up being a tie. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to turn my red light off. And now it's $3 on a banker. I do like to get 5 wins in a shoe. So I'm not playing hit and run. I like to find a shoe that, and this is kind of a perfect. I like getting down here to where it's had a little bit of a run. Okay, now it's at a 1 and a 2, and I'm going to go player, and now it's a banker. Okay, I'll go banker here again. So I'm going to double, and then add my $3 to my 1 unit. Right, just gets me to where I need to be. Hopefully that 9 sticks. No, the 9, they pulled another 9 out because they pulled a 6. So I ended up taking the loss there. And because this has gone 1 and then 3, so I pulled the ripcord. Now I do only have 3 steps that I go. So this is going to be wanting to go player. So if I was going to be going player, this would be going red, red, red. If the player was to win here, as far as how it affects the roads down below, and the banker won. All right, so the banker would have got that win. You can see 3 L's there. I should back that one up because I actually didn't take that L. That wouldn't be fair. So I need to click the S for the skip. Actually skipping that hand, and then it went banker. So it doesn't add on. So right now I'm down $12. And so it did not go a full dust square, because now you can see it does have the W there. So now I'm down $12. So now this is where you can use divide and conquer. Okay, I'm gonna get that back. But this shoe just had a 1, 2, 3 bad signal, right? It would have been a 1, 2, 3 before it hit the win. So now we want to see if the C2 bet 4 is going to come back in line. So how do we do that? Well, we do that by waiting for it to have 2 W's. we could either do that or we can just bounce out of here and go get into another shoe. I mean, that's kind of your option. But you want to make sure that, because a shoe that can do the 3 L's and then come back, and actually it did save it, but it did hit, so now it's got the 1, 2, now it's saying, okay, go player. So if I was a player, this would be going blue. I like that one because that continues that trend. That's red, that would drop, and that's red, that would fight that trend. So if I was a betting man, which I'm pretty sure I'm a betting man, I'd actually been going for a banker on this one. I would have lost. So it actually did go player, which is good for this because I want to get my $12 back. For $11.95. It actually thinks I was playing that, didn't it? It thought I was playing both of those. Should have turned the red light on. So we're gonna back this up so we get rid of those W's, because I did not have those W's. I had that $12 loss. So I'm gonna turn the red light back on, and now we're gonna match this up. So that went banker, player, 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 banker. There, that actually is better representative. We're still down 12 bucks. I'm like, how am I only down 10 something? That was why. So player wins that one. So now it's going to come back and say, okay, this is our banker. So if this wins within the first 2, that's going to be our green light to say, okay, we're safe to come back in. Because remember, Baccarat is a game that loves repeating its patterns. So if we can stay away from that one that has three losses on it, that'd be very good. If I do take 3 losses, it's down $33. So that was our second W there, which means I can come right back in on the next one. And welcome to the live stream. Thought it's Labor Day here in the U.S., which means I'm not working, so might as well come out and do a stream. So players are C1. Now we're going to do a C2. And that's the important thing about playing C2 bet 4. In my case, C2 bet 3, because I'm doing C2 bet my way, right? But having the app and being able to stay in line with the shoe, because that death square pattern can really literally show up anywhere, depending on when you're starting to play in that shoe. So there's a banker. These are just trucking right along. I'm going to turn that red light off. And now, because we're down $12, now we're doing a $6 unit. So if you weren't here, I lost these 2 red ones, and then that's because I had it went to 3 against me, and that's why I was like, I'm not playing that. And then it continued. It went there, but then it did get its win. So we got half of our money back, right? So now we have a player up here, and now. Pretty sure that said it was going for a big bet. I'm not doing that. So we'll keep it at 3 and just say player, that's fine. I know that I'm down $6. Banker. So player, banker. 23 hands played, 25 hands here. That's because there's 2 ties. I'm not marking ties. Even though you can see they have added the tie into the app. That's not actually up and running yet, as far as I'm aware. So there's another player. So now banker for $3, because now I'm down $6. I'll work my 2 units back up. Goal is trying to get back to even without taking a lot of risk. Somebody asked me there, so how do you win every day? It's like, well, it takes a little bit of time, because you have a big bankroll and you make very little bets. That's actually the way you take the gambling out of it. So now I'm down $3, not $6, or I'm down $3.15 technically. And I do have another spreadsheet on my other screen where I do log where I'm at, how much I've won, what is my goal for the day. And that was actually supplied to me by the boys at Regal Castle. So don't think I'm allowed to share it. Here we got banker. Yeah, like the shimmy with the boomerang. Yeah, I love playing boomerang. Actually, I was playing some roulette last week. I haven't played roulette in a while, and that was fun. Looking and playing for the boomerangs, because they were really hitting. So now it wants to go banker, and the way I play, I'm not going to play this one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go skip. Look, it has not gone to 4. It is not. So if I have 3 bullets to fire for a C2 bet 4, why not just do a virtual bet here? I mean, yeah, they could have certainly won, and they did with a 9 over the 8. I saw the 8. I was like, ooh, it looks like it's gonna go the other way, but it didn't. Okay, now it's gone to 4, but there was no reason to think that it was going to go to 4, and since I only have 3 bullets, it wasn't gonna use one right there. Player. Yeah, my first live stream took me took me a little bit to figure out. Not gonna lie. So you actually have to download the OBS, Open Broadcast Software, streaming software. Like, I mean, nice thing about it, there's no cost to it. But it is free software to utilize. And then you just get the software key from YouTube. And the good thing about it, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there to show you how to do it. Otherwise, that first time I'm like, am I live? And I apparently screwed up because I didn't go to the OBS and click end stream there. I think I just clicked it on YouTube, and that actually doesn't end my stream. So it was good to know that I actually had to go that way. And the tie. And this should get me 15 cents away from being even, because right now I'm down $3. So I did suffer 2 losses over here earlier in the thing. So now I'm actually back to even though this is saying I'm down $3. My first bet was $6 because I was down 12. I cut that in half, and now we're back to even. Well, you can see up here I started at 13, 20, 44. I don't know why it's not updating up there, but it is updating down here. 15 cents in the hole. I can survive that. 2 to 1. That's sneaky when you get a 9 to come out there and blow up your 2. It's just sneaky. Yeah, so if you're playing a lot of Baccarat and you're using the Baccarat app, I'd at least recommend getting it. I'd go on at least A level, so I'm not having to pay. Or I'd pay. I can't stand watching the videos. I did that for a little bit, and I was like, for as little as it costs. I mean, I make a lot of money playing Baccarat. Probably not during that hand. Player, $9. Alright. Double and add a unit. So if this one would go to 3 here, I would play this one. Whereas before, it was a solo in 3. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not playing that to go to 4. I like the 8. Good winner. Pick up a couple units there. So at least now I'm up like $6. $5. Anyway. Baker. So, do I have better results with the software Regal Cattle? I guess I'm not, I don't know what Regal Cattle is. Or Regal Castle. I mean, there's certainly a lot of other strategies that they have out there, and they've actually talked about putting the dance into it, which would be fun to see. Because as you know, that was kind of my first way that I ended up playing. The reason why I really stick with the app is because, and this is God's honest truth. Why do you use the app, Mike? Because you know how to play Baccarat, and you've got the dance, you've got other methods that you could certainly do. I mean, I can read I like to think that I can read the derived roads. So why do you do it? I do it because it keeps me disciplined. Because even now, I've found out if I'm not playing with the app, I'll get on tilt, and that's a silly road to be on. So if I continue just to utilize the app and go ahead and play this way, or got the W there, that's nice, a couple more units. That's really the key for it for me is honestly, it keeps me disciplined. Because if I was doing the dance, if I was doing anything else, I can run straight down a rabbit hole and be like, poof. Be like, damn it, there goes all my money. And that's also the nice thing that they have taught me, that the Lords of Regal Castle, they've taught me don't have all your eggs in one basket. I mean, you literally, and I've known that before, but I've never had it to the extent of having 10. So my bankroll is actually 10 buy-ins, and I keep it off the site. And then if I would happen to lose one, since I've been playing that way, I have lost one, which was just silly and frustrating, like they all are, right? Anytime we ever lose bankroll, we're always like, really? Can't believe that happened. And then we look back and go, yeah, well, I know why that happened. It's because I got on tilt. And literally playing by the app, if I hit 3, stop, and then divide and conquer, either wait till that table proves itself if it's early enough, or we'll go out and find another table. And this table's at hand 42, so it's getting a little bit long in the tooth. So this is our second step here in this one, looking for a player. Seven ain't gonna beat a 9. All right, so this is where it's also now going to go to 3. I don't do the 1 to 3. I just don't. Obviously, it can go 4. It did down here. So if you were here when that happened, it did go 4. Not saying it can't. It certainly can. But every desk square starts this way. And there, that would have been a $21 whack right there, right? So I'd have been done on that one. So that would have been 3 L's. So now down 12 bucks. What do you do if you're down 12 bucks, Mike? Well, we're probably gonna go find another table at this point. This one's getting long in the tooth. But I know I'm down 12 bucks, so now I'm gonna divide and conquer. Are they gonna tie? No, they didn't. So this was a full desk square. Did I mark that as? Oh, it was looking for a player. I'm going to back that train up because I hit the wrong one. It did go banker. So that is a full desk square, and luckily we only got 2 pieces of it. And that's because it went 1 to 3, and we literally said, well, let's see how this plays out. So now I'm down $12. I would have been down 33. I wouldn't have been down 4. I don't play the 4. So with this, let's go ahead and we're going to clear our board. So we're going to hit the little trash can, saying, "Are you sure?" Yeah, I'm sure. We're going to go find another table. So let's go look for another table. We're down $12 on that loss. I mean, we're up, I think, a little bit on that table, that hand, that shoe overall, but. You know, we're gamblers, we like that high water mark. Trying to find a table that has a low profile, meaning it hasn't gone over 3, and it's a little bit more proven than this is. It hasn't really proven much. It's gone a couple twos. No commission Baccarat. I don't mind that. It just seems to really be a little bit slower play. And then if I find a table that has had, oh, I'm not playing control squeeze. This one literally takes forever. Oh, I gotta peel those to show. No, no thanks. We're not gonna make you suffer through that one. I mean, if this was control peak, I would have jumped on this one. If it's a dragon's tail, I don't have a problem with dragon's tail. All right, well this one's X is now staying that way. So let's go ahead and we're gonna turn the red light on. Put our results in. Banker, banker, player, player, banker, player. And it's saying it wants us to go to banker. I don't have time, so I'll just go ahead and turn the light off after I do that. And it was a banker. I just didn't have time. Turn the red light back on. Put a banker there. And now turn the red light off. So now it's going to be indicating that we would be at a $3 bet. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to change this. Since I know I'm down $12, I'm going to make that a $6 bet. Just going to give that not a $10,000 number. That's not my buy-in. And I am playing Grand Marty Light. So I'm going to update. So I know when I get back in and I'll actually be playing, it is now going to mark that I'm at a $6 unit. Not that I'm going to keep playing at a $6 unit. I'm down $12. Just trying to get my $12 back, at least half of it. So if I get my half of it back, then I'm going to go back down to a $3 unit. Take less risk, win more money, win more times. It's hard to say win more money when you're not. So here we've got the solo. First time it's gone to 3. I'm not going to be jumping on that one. So banker would have been red, red, red down here in the drive roads. Red, it's okay down here. This is the only one I really like it on. It would continue that to go, but it looks like we would have lost that anyway. So that went player. Player would be red, blue, blue. Not a fan of that either. So once it goes 1-3, I do like to kind of just sit out and go, we'll just wait for it to have a win. It needs to have a day in the sun. And there it went, banker. So now it's got 2 L's. So it wants to go player. It should have been red, blue, red. Actually, don't mind that one for player. Came up tie. Let's throw our player in there. Just looking at the derived roads. Let's see if that doesn't go. Hey, what's going to happen? We're going to be down twice. We'll take the last 2 of this C2 bet 4 if we have to go that far. And we didn't. We got our 6. We read the derived roads correctly, and we got our $6. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this back to 3 because now I'm down $6, and we'll update that. Don't really care about the peak trough, my start, my now. I don't pay attention to that. On here, I'm paying attention. The 3-step Marty is all I'm doing. And as you've watched, might be a 2-step Marty. Because if this goes solo 3, I don't play until I actually looked at the derived roads and I saw a pattern in there that I liked. So I do like continuation of a pattern. So this one I would expect it to go player again. Did not, went banker, but it's okay. I didn't have any money at risk. Player, $3. So thanks for joining me tonight. I like to be out here. My wife's probably going, what are you doing down there? She's like, didn't you already make your goal for the day? Yeah, I did. I already make my goal. I was like, let's go down and let's go down to a live stream. 9-1 on the other side. Wow. I would have paid 10-1 on the bonus. That'd have been fun. I do like playing the bonus every now and again. And I'll still play the tie every now and again too. I did hit quite a few ties this morning. A little bit of help. Just enough help there. I love winning that way. So a couple more units. Would I be willing to try another app just to see how it works? I mean, I'm not opposed. It's always good to see what else is out there, but I mean, this one, I think the user interface is pretty easy. I've been trying to feel like I'm knocking on wood at this point. It's been more than a year. I keep trying to get my son to come out with my roulette app, but it's not telling you where to bet. It's just so you can track when you're sitting at a roulette table, and just trying to get that into the marketplace. But that's been a long time coming. So player, $3. Blue, blue, blue. I'll put $3 on it. And if you're going, what blue, blue, blue? What do you mean? So the player, it's anticipating that it's going to be blue, blue, blue down here. And it did go banker, which actually I'm not surprised. So now it would be going red, 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 which would be a continuation of this. That'd make this tower come down more, and this would also be pairing up down here. So far all of these have dropped. The blue more substantially. And that's what I'm looking for. 9-0. Would have paid 30-1 on the bonus. 30-1, yeah, 30-1 on the bonus. So here we're up $18, but we're only actually up $6. Because I had lost $12 in the previous shoe if you weren't here. Yeah, Baccarat for all. If you want to send me something to Mike, the gambling guy at gmail.com, I'll check it out. Happy to. Then need to mark my banker up here. Apparently missed that one. Another banker. And I hadn't really gone 3 there, but this would actually be going red here. It'd be going blue here, which is actually moving that further down, and it'd be going blue here, moving that further down. So I'm hoping that the momentum has shifted. It actually went to the tie. If I end up getting up to a 9 or typically more than a $10 unit, that's typically where I'll start playing the tie. Oh, that's actually one of the 2 favorite places to play the tie. One, on the very first row, right there. Second row, right here. And then look at this down here at the bottom again. I mean, just beautiful. So $9 on player. Red, blue, red. I don't know. Bigger fan of banker, honestly. I'm looking at the pattern. Yes. But I'm not going to turn down the cash. I am not going to turn down the cash. Let C2 bet 4 play the way it's going to play. That's actually awesome. So right now I'm up $12 in this shoe. Player. And here, just the way this is bridged, I would actually be playing for a tie here. I know the Ringo Castle guys are bringing out a tie. An 8 and a 3. That's all right. Another player. So now this one, we're looking for this to go on a run, right? So they've already been streaking. This is the first time this is broken out. So you could have said, let's see where this one goes as well. Now I got 0, 0, 2, and an 8. Yeah, didn't win that one at all, but let's see if we can get another banker to show up here. 1, 2, 3. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You can lose $33. It's literally the worst that can happen. It's gambling. Oh, they got the 9 over there. Well, so far it's going that direction. 1, 2, 3. Red, blue. Nah, not a big fan of that blue one. I do like the blue one there. Boom. Nice 3 units. See, now the system's going, okay, Mike, you got 10 units. Stop being a pig, right? You've eaten a good supper here. Let's go find another place to eat. All right, so how do you do that? Well, within the app, this is actually kind of a cool thing. So this is the, just going to click on my little puppy dog here. And even if you didn't want to use their strategies, which, you know, they've got just a ton of strategies out here, you could also just use their money management. So if you're like, well, I'll pick the way that I want to pick, but I want to utilize their money management, you can absolutely do that. Another thing that's new as well, underneath the alerts. So this is where I set my alert to after 10 units, and you could totally customize this for you, right? If you're going, well, 10's not enough, I want to be 20, right? Or maybe you're like, I only want to get 5 units. But in order to force you, this again, talking about discipline on top of discipline in this thing. They've got discipline, so it force stops you. So once you reach your target, they're like, no. We are not going to allow you to go any further. You need to go find another shoe. You've hit your target. You told us what your target was. If that wasn't your target, what you got a target? Remember, we're supposed to be like naval aviators. We always got our eyes fixed on the target, trying to get to our target, and that's really the idea, where you want to be. So you've got this force stop on target reach. Stop picking at that carcass. Yeah, it might have been a really good shoe. And do they always stay a really good shoe? Do they? So at least that way it would literally force us to get out of there. So if I go back to my C2 bet 4, if I'm clicking on banker, it's saying you reached your target, please change the shoe. I can go turn that off. You know, if I'm like, this shoe's still just kicking butt. Oh, this is a perfect tie. I mean, look at this. Tie, space, tie, space, tie, space. But even more importantly than that, as it came down here, this is actually called the caboose. So this would have been a perfect place to play that tie for a couple different reasons. But that tie was certainly expected to come after you had this train come down here. I would have also played tie at the top of this, looking for that bridge. But I would have played there as well, looking for the caboose. Caboose is so as you watch, you're looking for. So if you like playing the tie, and I love playing the tie here on Evolution. I actually had a tie bet. And I wish this one would do it. It's got 5 people playing it. But they've got, every once in a while, you'll see that these numbers change. You know, they'll give it a higher multiplier than 8 to 1. I was playing the other day, and it actually went up to 88 to 1. I was like, didn't hit the tie. But that was the first time I'd ever seen it do that. I mean, I only had $1, $2 on it. But, I mean, I was excited. Didn't hit, but, I mean, makes the game a lot more fun. I don't know, yeah, this one just went to 15 to 1. This one went to 20 to 1. So they certainly changed those. And it's another thing that's great about Evolution. I mean, none of those pairs won, but who cares? God, they know what's coming, right? So let's go find another shoe. So we are at 1350. Let's get I guess I'll extend out this a little bit longer. Thanks for joining me. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, ties do normally come together. And Baccarat Funk, which somebody pointed out that his channel is now void of all his content, which saddens me. He actually taught me how to play the tie. And looking for certain things within the shoe. I mean, she taught me a lot. Look at this perfect one for me. Well, we'll see if it stays that way. But you never know. Like as soon as I put on my content, put on my red light, put all the information in here, somehow the desk square just jumps out of nowhere. Like the boogeyman. So I've got 1, 2, 3. My fourth red is where it goes into twos. And this is where it's hunting a banker. If it goes player, I won't be upset. Come on, pull your card, honey. Your speed, Baccarat. No, she did go banker. So now we're gonna be seeing two more. So we'll turn off the red light. Still a $3 base. Right now, my $3 base. You might be going, Mike, you've got $1,300. Why are you at a $3 base? Well, I'm at a $3 base because my buy-in is at a $900 level. So my bankroll right now is 9 grand. So I divide that by 10, 900 bucks. $900 warrants a $3 base bet. That is why I'm at a $3 bet. That bet will grow. So as I get into the next level of the progression, I'm actually going to I should probably just make another video on it. Because actually there's a strategy where it can exponentially grow, and that's the plan. It can exponentially grow as long as you don't lose a bankroll, or sorry, a buy-in. If you lose a buy-in, well then you're sorry out of luck. So $3 on a banker, but at least I'd be going from a $3 unit to a $6 unit. And then my goal would be going from $300 a day, what it currently is, up to $600 a day, up until a point that will kind of meet where my bankroll ends up growing and meeting, because I do take withdrawals every week. $3 win, 1 unit. I know you're like, $3, man, that's just, it's not very exciting. It's not. $3 is not very exciting. But $300 a day is. People are like, you can't actually do that every day. It's like, yeah, actually you can. If you actually joined the Regal Castle group, Rich Fortner, one of the lords of Regal Castle, he actually puts on daily webinars. You can literally just go on and watch him play, kind of like I'm doing. But he does it for the Regal Castle members, just answer any questions. I mean, it's certainly well worth the investment. So again, here we're at solo with 3 bankers. This is where I click to skip. Obviously, it can do a fourth. We saw that in the last shoe. This is going to be, it's going to be looking for red, red, red. I actually like blue here better. So actually I like the player. If I looked at this here, I've been looking, the red hasn't really dropped down lately. So I'd have been looking for the player, and the player did win. And then how does this one look? This one is going red, blue, red. I kind of do like that one for a player. Not going to bet it, but I do like that for the player. As I said, I do have 3 bullets there I could have fired. 5-4 does have an advantage right now. Dang it. See, player did look better. I don't know, if you weren't watching me, I probably would have thrown some money on it. I would have said, that's just $3. But they got the W. I didn't hit the skip button. It's actually giving me credit for money I did not make. We did not earn that $3. So make that 0. So now it's showing we are up 285. There's the banker to go the other direction. Let's see, looking down here, that blue is on its own run. That's kind of got a run there too. It's not a definitive run. There you go at the banker. 2 bankers is going to go 3 bankers. Blue, red, red. Yeah, I like that one. I mean, again, risking $3. How much do I normally withdraw a week? $1,500 a week. So I'm making $300 a day, as long as I didn't have any upsets during that week. There's my tie. As long as I didn't have any, because I'll have some days where I'm going to took a little bit of a blowback, and then I'll be like, it didn't make my $300. You know, maybe I'll only make $100 that week. Whatever I made above my buy-in, I'll cash out. I say cash out. I send it out of the casino over to Coinbase, and then I let it sit in Coinbase. So that's one of 2 things. One, I can pull out half of that and actually use that to pay bills, take the kids out for supper, you know, just everyday life expense stuff. And then the other half of that money, so let's say $1,500, $750 stays in. Actually, I'm going to call it $800 stays in Coinbase. $700 would come out. The reason I keep the $800 is because Coinbase always has those little nuisance fees, I like to call them. So I just pull out $700. The rest of it stays in there to be added to the bankroll. Fair question. See, nothing's really off limits with me. I mean, I am the open book. I'm kind of that way with everything. I'm an oversharer. There's an obnoxious ringing. Wonder what that is. Sorry if there's an obnoxious ring. I'm not hearing anything down here on my end. Man, I do have a quality mic. I'm sorry, there's a ringing. How many hours do you play? Typically, I'll get through a day if I can just go in and just knock it right out. It's a couple hours is all it takes. Does that all happen at once? No, not normally. Normally I'll break that up into to many different sessions. And since my goal is $300 a day, I'll have a goal of $30. Come down, make 10 units. That's great. I mean, it doesn't take long to whip out 10 units. And if you're playing the tie, you do tend to hit the units faster. Well, my base bet right now is a $3 unit based on the strategy I'm playing. I mean, the base bet is going to depend on the strategy. The buy-in is what the buy-in is. So it depends on what is the kind of what is a safe base bet. That would also change things. Because I have to have a recovery built in. Because just like this, stuff don't happen the way that you want it to happen every time. So this one has not gone 4 in a row. Red, red, red. I don't even have time to switch it. So I'm going to move this one to stop. Even though I do kind of like the banker bet on this one. 6 to a 3 to a 4. Okay, well, good. Couldn't take my third loss there. Player. Boom. Good thing we hung out and we skipped that bet. And I'm really going to tell you, I do, as you'll kind of notice, I do try to also pay attention to the drive roads. So I'm not just blindly looking at what's happening on the main road. Do pay attention to the patterns that are happening down here. Because as you know, Baccarat is a game of repeating patterns. So we've already got 6 units here. Yeah, made almost $18. Hand 33. They're actually on hand 37 because they've had 4 ties. So don't play until this is too long. But I mean, if you're making your money, that's what we're here for. Banker, $3 on banker. Because see, I would have thought most of the money was going to be over there. Blue, red, blue. Blue, red, continuates that blue, which would continuate this pattern of red, blue going down, red, blue going down, red, blue going down. And then this would be the blue part of that to start the blue going down. And just like that. So it's a continuation of that pattern. Yeah, the 3 in a row. As I said, Baccarat loves to repeat itself. Repeating patterns. That's why I try to pick something that has a lower profile. I'm not a big fan on the 3s, but hey, if we can take advantage of those. Here I'd be going for a player. Blue, blue, blue. It's really just these two roads. And I would have lost. Banker $3. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Let's throw our dollar on tie. I gotta throw a dollar on tie. One, because now I'm at the bottom of this row. It hasn't where this isn't the tie line for this one, but I just really like the bottom of this row. I also like when they start getting up here. So now I need an ace. Oh well, that's all right. There's a player. Now we're going to be $9 on player. Drag that down, but I am going to do a tie because this is it's caboose. So if you've had a longer run and then you had one come over, that's actually a caboose. I would have been okay with a 9 to 9. Wouldn't have been surprised either. So we have $2 less than here. That's okay. Do I use VPN for online gambling? 100%. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I use VPN. If you want to know where I play and the VPN that I use, shoot me an email, MikeTheGamblingGuy@gmail.com. I've kind of already have it kind of built into a link. I'll certainly just shoot it over to you. I'm not like Orange Sticky Fingers, and I charge for all that stuff. There's no point. We should all be a community trying to take our money from the casino. But in order to do that, the casino that I play at, I think the only country that I've heard that they don't accept players is Australia. Apparently they've got some pretty stringent laws. I probably missed being on the player here. That was okay. I'm going to go with an S there, and then we're going to go banker, because there would have been a reason. Oh no, I actually would have wanted to be on player there. But they do take U.S. players. So if you're in the U.S., just sign up without VPN. So then, so the only thing you need your VPN on is after you got your account funded, and then you're like, okay, I'm ready to go play. Turn your VPN on, because if you try to access this from our country, they're going to go, yeah, no can do. They're going to say you're in a restricted region, and they won't let you play. So you turn your VPN. Right now I'm playing, my VPN is turned on, pointing to look like I'm coming out of Tokyo, I think, in Japan. That opens up all my different table options. I have Evolution and Pragmatic available to me to play on. I love having all the table options. Yes. Boom. And now it's like you're done. You got to go find another table. And actually it's 5:35 here, and I think I'm gonna take a break, and I am gonna go probably get a bite to eat, because I am on at least New York time zone. Not anywhere near New York, but I am in the U.S. on the Eastern time zone. So it's 5:35 here. So it's been great having everybody on here. Do you have any questions? I'm actually in Indiana. Is actually where I'm at. So Eastern time zone, but I'm as far away from New York as you can get and be in the Eastern time zone. When my VPN is on, can I withdraw money? I probably can, but typically when I go and I click on the cashier to withdraw money, I'll normally pause my VPN, because I signed up as coming from the UPS or from the US. So I just pause my VPN, refresh it, and then do my withdrawal, so they know I'm in the US. So that's not a big deal. I mean, it's coming out in Bitcoin anyway. So I did have a withdrawal. On my phone's upstairs. I did have a withdrawal the other day that came in Bitcoin, and then that darn cryptocurrency, as it fluctuates, it came over and then it had dropped down a little bit, and I was just like, I hate that. So I'm just waiting for it to pop back up, and then I'll sell it and move it to my bank. So you know, if you kind of like having, if you're in the States, or I guess anywhere in the world, you could probably have a qualified account. Qualified account meaning that it's tax deferred. That's the nice thing about cryptocurrency. It's actually all tax deferred. So until you go to take it out, that money just sits in there. You can always, that's where I keep my bankroll. So if I ever had the need to go, crap, I lost a buy-in, I need to put more money in, it's already sitting in cryptocurrency. It's not sitting in Bitcoin. It's sitting in either USDC, US dollar denominated coin, or Tether, which is tied to the US dollar. So I'm not getting that fluctuation. But there is a small fee in order to flip it to a different coin, to swap it to a different coin. There's a bigger fee to sell it. So if I just want to sell the Bitcoin, go to cash, so I can send that to my bank, which was actually what I was going to do with that little bit that I'd come over this last Friday. I was just gonna pull some out to have in my other bank account, but yeah, I just turn off the VPN to do that. But now, Bitcoin had dropped, just waiting for Bitcoin to come back up, and I'll sell it and move it over. It's not like I have to have that money in there today. Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to know where to play, especially in the U.S. We've got a couple online gambling sites. They're horrible. I certainly have played in them, and you've got a couple different tables. I think one of them might have 3 tables if I remember right. But every dollar denomination, you had to jump out, jump back in if you had to move to a higher dollar denomination depending on your betting progression, and I hated that. I actually didn't mind the dealers. I can actually find those dealers online as well if I wanted to use those tables, but I would much prefer. I'm going to exit out of this only because I can come in here and all these different tables that I have available, and this is just on Evolution. I mean, and I also have just as many on Pragmatic that I can go over to and play on Pragmatic. Now, I'm not playing down here in the $1,000 private salon tables. That's just crazy. But you can see that they've got no commission. If you don't want to play a commission table on Pragmatic, you can click a button, and clicking a button, you can make every table non-commission. I mean, it's technology, pretty cool. Should work that way, right? And then if you're like, well, you know, I like playing roulette. I like playing roulette, and the thing I like about playing roulette on here, let me scoot this up, is I can actually go to land-based. In here, these are actually casinos. I mean, the Hippodrome Casino, I believe, is in England. Baccarat for all you might know better, but I think that's where it's at. And you're gonna see, I literally have people that are sitting on here playing. And what I love about this is I am not tied to a 35-second or 40-second or 50-second clock. I'm sitting here at this table with everybody else. I can make my bets from 50 cents up to 2,000 bucks. I mean, well, if I'm going to go straight up number, it looks like it's 50 cents to $100. But I don't do straight up bets. I do the outside stuff, so it'd be 50 cents to up to 2,000, and single zero wheel. For those roulette players here in the U.S., they're playing the triple zero wheel. You gotta find somewhere else to play. I mean, you're giving the casino a 7.5% advantage over you. They're not paying you out more. They just have a higher vig because they got all these zeros that you're going to be able to hit. And people are like, well, yeah, but I can play the zero. Pays 11 to 1. Yeah, 11 to 1. Figure that out. That's 33, right? Well, there's 39 numbers if you count the 3 zeros and the 36 that are there. 39 opportunities. They're only paying you for 33. It's a huge house advantage, even if you're going, I'm just going to play the zeros. I mean, there's literally anything that you want to play out here. I mean, the games are even ridiculous. Like they got craps. I do love playing some craps. I'm not a fan of playing craps online just because I don't like the format. You can only do 2 times your past bet odds. I mean, that's the best bet in the casino. That's probably why online they're like, we're not going to give you that. You don't really get good odds. You also don't have a good way of putting up your bets. You can't have like save formats, and I would love if there was some save formats or maybe I don't know. I only need that because of the time clock goes by so quickly, and there's not a clear all button. I mean, there should be a way just to say, okay, turn my bets on, turn my bets off. I love playing craps. It's another passion of mine. Also, I've had dice coaches and dice influencing, but that's a story for another day. But there's everything out here. Yeah, brick and mortar. Oh, I know. I'm at the craps table 2 days a week, Sandy. Trust me. I do know of a casino nearby, and to all those people that see me there on the regular basis, yeah, I love craps. I mean, there's nothing like being able to. It's the only game that the player actually has control of the game. I mean, roulette, they don't let you spin the ball. They never let me touch the wheel. They get all crazy about that if you try to touch the wheel or get over that glass a little bit. It's like security. But I mean, craps, you can go ahead and you can set the dice any way that you want. I mean, you're in control of it. I mean, of course, the house still has an edge. And people say that the dice don't have a memory, but they do. Actually, I've got the coaches I have are tremendous. I would highly recommend them. They're fantastic. But I love the convenience of being able to come downstairs in my basement and just get up early in the morning and just play for an hour, go have breakfast, come back down before I go to work, and then come back down at lunch, and then later in the night when the wife wants to just sit and read a book, it's a great time to come chill out. But this is actually some time to go spend with my family. So I love spending time with you guys, and if you haven't subscribed, appreciate it if you did. But if you didn't, I'm okay with that too. But let's take some money from the casinos. That's what we really want to do, right? You guys don't want to sit here and watch me. We all want to take money from the casinos, but I've just learned why I use the app is because it does keep my butt grounded. I don't go on tilt because my wife knows if I go up and she goes, "How'd it go?" And if I drop my head, she's like, "You martingale, didn't you?" Yeah, we're not naming any of our children, or we're not allowing our grandchildren to be named Gail or Martin. Those names are not allowed in our house. Even though, yes, I do use a martingale in the system, but I use it as a 3-step. If I get on tilt, that's when it gets ugly. I think we've all been there. Hang my head. But I regress. Yeah, I do play at a land base. All right. Well, it is. Oh, and thanks, Baccarat, for all. The Hippodrome is in London. There's another one down there. I believe it's in Malta, off the boot of Italy, and I think there was another one on there that's in Spain. But nothing near the U.S. But I'm okay with that. Single zero wheel. Love single zero wheels. Why give the house that much advantage? The only one that's better than that is you can get a single zero wheel with surrender. That's the one I want to find. So that way I get, if a zero comes, I get half my even money, or my red, black, odd, or low even money bets back. Love surrender. Find that casino, let me know. There is one table in Vegas on the floor of MGM. There's a $25 single zero wheel that has surrender. Best odds in roulette you'll ever find. Table I've won the most money at. Love that table. All right, I'm surprised my family's not yelling from upstairs, but it's been great being here with you guys. Until next time, I'm Mike the Gambling